When Michael Stern and the co-founders of Waterford Kamhlaba started the school in 1963, they only had 16 students. 60 years later, Waterford Kamhlaba boasts over 600 students representing 60 nationalities. For 60 years, Waterford has proven that young people can look and work beyond the barriers set by governments and politicians. They can create a peaceful, welcoming environment that doesn't judge an individual based on their race, religion, or socio-economic status.
WK is not just a school for the elite. WK is not a school that sits on top of a hill that is divided from the rest of community. WK is about everybody having an equal opportunity, finding a home here away from home.
As part of Waterford Kamhlaba's 60th anniversary, former President of South Africa, His Excellency Thabo Mbeki, was invited to deliver a keynote address themed Africa, a journey ever evolving. This also formed part of the Africa Week commemoration.
In terms of this journey ever evolving, we have a very interesting thing that we begin as Africans. We begin by saying to ourselves, we as Africans, we've suffered all sorts of problems, but we share a common destiny as Africans in Africa and the African diaspora. And so let's work together to define that destiny. And that is work in progress. And then we say, the matter of political liberation is critical, so let's focus on it, which we do. But this matter of extricating the masses of our people from poverty, also critical. Let's do something about it. But in the end, as we do something about it, I think we come to the conclusion that in that journey ever evolving, as Africans, certainly on the continent, we've shown a very, very good capacity for policy formation. Yeah. And very, very serious deficiency with regard to the will to implement.
The 60th anniversary celebrations featured a number of events that took place at the school.
Join us as we celebrate WK's 60th anniversary and say Halala Kamhlaba so we can celebrate our past and imagine our future.
It was a case of East meets West or ethnic-infused jazz when the marimba ensemble collaborated with the jazz band to entertain invited guests. Ethno-jazz, also known as world jazz, is a subgenre of jazz and world music, developed intentionally in the 50s and 60s and broadly characterized by a combination of traditional jazz and non-Western musical elements. The students showed their creativity when they composed a song celebrating 60 years of the school's existence. The school principal, Jackie Otula, then got to address the gathering.
At Waterford Kamhlaba, we are a testament to the power of possibilities. Schools like ours thrive, we really do, because we are driven by the greater sense of purpose. This is why we seek partnerships with like-minded entities. Because we are an embodiment of change. And the future of this continent, ladies and gentlemen, lies in the hands of the students for whom our commitment is guaranteed. This is why, as we celebrate 60 years of existence, we make an appeal for partnership in our programs. Every student counts.
The Minister for Education and Training was represented by the Acting Principal Secretary, Naniki Mnisi.
It has been 6 years of working together with Waterford in the knowledge of economy of our country. His Majesty's government has always regarded education as the foundation and the main pillar of economic and social development, and it's cognizant of its core mandate. Hence, the Ministry of Education and Training continues to commit itself to providing accessible, affordable, and relevant education of the highest quality. In this regard, and through its scholarship program, Waterford Kamhlaba has also availed opportunities for a number of Emaswati from humble backgrounds to get quality international education that has seen them get tertiary training in prestigious world universities and come back to develop the Kingdom of Eswatini.
His Majesty King Mswati III was represented by His Royal Highness Prince Longokela at the event. He was then asked to deliver the keynote address.
Truly, in the past 60 years, we look back with excitement for all that the college has achieved from its humble beginnings. You have shown resilience and purpose to your vision over this period. Each time we celebrate a milestone like this, Diamond Jubilee, it gives us an opportunity to look back from where we came from and renew our foresight on the goals we set for ourselves to achieve even more in the years ahead.
Waterford Kamhlaba has produced luminaries in a number of fields, including former President of Botswana, Ian Khama, who graced the celebrations with his presence, and we got to talk to him about his time as a student at Waterford Kamhlaba.
When I was here, I was one of those students who was here when His Majesty King Sobhuza visited the school. I think it was in 1967. And up until then, it was just known as Waterford. And then he then gave the school the name Kamhlaba, Waterford Kamhlaba. People coming from so many different countries, 67 countries I think now, and coming from far and wide. And that diversity was something that King Sobhuza recognized long back in those days. You know, he had the vision to be able to identify so early on what would be the worth of having people come together, to have given it the name Kamhlaba then. So it's now that people are talking a lot about diversity and recognizing the importance that we as people need to be able to interact together, to bring us together, united as a people. But he recognized it way back then to the extent of giving it this name. So that for me was one of the single most things that stood out. And it's from then the school has grown in its diversity as well as in the quality of its education.
Former President Ian Khama was later requested to join His Majesty's representative in officially opening the school's museum, which was laden with rich history, artifacts and priceless pictures. Waterford played a small yet significant role in the struggle for racial equality in the Southern African region. Educating the children of Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Desmond Tutu, Nobel Prize-winning novelist Nadine Gordimer, the first president of Botswana, Sir Seretse Khama, and the revolutionary leaders of Mozambique, Samora Machel and Eduardo Mondlane. In a post-apartheid era, Waterford has sustained its early vision to educate exceptional students regardless of race, religion or financial background. The school continues to nurture Africa's future political, business and civic leaders. And for 60 years more, Waterford Kamhlaba will endeavour to fulfill Michael Stern's original vision for the school on the hill in Eswatini. Waterford Kamhlaba is big on justice for all in Africa. We got to speak to the Governing Council chairperson about this campaign.
In obtaining and achieving justice for all in Africa, we need leaders for that. And we already know that our students are leaders. We already know that our alumni are leaders. So we are extending what we already do well in terms of creating leaders to ask more of them by taking up the cause of justice for all in Africa.
Waterford Kamhlaba's 60th anniversary has brought together alumni from all over the world, including former President of Botswana, Ian Khama. For the next 60 years, the school will continue promoting Michael Stern's vision, promoting diversity, sustainability and justice for all.